Whatever, bro. We live.
Yeah, we live. This whole time we were just talking shit. We missed the whole thing. Welcome back to the man cave.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
We are in the fucking man cave. Back to telling these landlord horror stories.
Uh,
Sipping on some Cardi. Cart. I'm I'm
you
like
sure you're
all over the
drinking
place.
liquor there or you drinking soda?
Dude, I've been drinking since like 3 o'clock. It's crazy.
What the fuck?
I've been drinking since like 3 o'clock. I'm kind of already fucked up. Bacardi. That's what I meant. I don't know why I was thinking about Cardi B, and I was like, why can't I say Bacardi? So there we go. I'm all fucked up. I'm all over the place.
All fucked up.
Anyway, but yeah, man, back to business. We're talking about these fucking landlord horror stories. Now, today I wanted to really discuss about. I know you had mentioned you had some tenants, right? You had some tenants that gave you a little bit of a headache a while back.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Always. I got one right now, actually.
You got one right.
Man, it
You
never
can't
ends,
escape it,
bro.
bro.
It never
You can't
ends.
escape it.
I can't escape it. I moved down south and I'm still having issues up north. So it is what it is.
Damn.
Yeah.
So what's the word? What's the word on the street, man?
Well,
What
the
aches you?
word on the street is that particular tenant is going to be out this week. I already got the court documents in hand and everything set to go. So the only thing that sucks is, man, and as we explained before, as being part of the landlord, you are responsible for almost everything. So I got to pay about $3,000 to pay a moving company to move all his piece of shit out of the house. Mind you, I'm pretty sure the shit that he has isn't even worth $3,000, but as a responsible landlord, they forced me to be up north.
You know be fucked up.
I gotta pretty much
You be
take all
messed
that
up, bro.
shit. What?
You be
I'm
messed up, bro. You
not
moving all
even
that
done
shit.
talking, bro.
Bro,
Jesus.
you be messed up, bro. You move all that shit and technically they don't even want it. Like they leave you all their garbage.
No, honestly, that's what I think is gonna happen. But by law, I have to pretty much comply with the state laws and get someone that's actually insured and all this other
Mm.
bullshit and basically take their stuff and put it as far as I possibly can into a storage unit. So
You know, down south, most states down south, you just put their shit on the lawn.
yeah, that's why I'm telling you. If you guys want to avoid most of these horror stories when it comes to landlording, do not own anything up north, man. Those Commonwealth
Run.
states are like parasites when it comes to to landlord, like likability. It's crazy. They're so pro tenants is crazy. But I digress. That's my rant for the day.
I mean, dude, do you feel like it's not fair? Do you
Of
feel
course,
like
it's not fair.
how is it not fair? Like, don't you think
Okay,
it
all
would
right,
be
all right,
more humane?
all right, all
Isn't
right.
it humane?
Humane. You want to talk about humane? How about you pay your rent for the last 6 months?
Wait. Okay. How long? Wait, I was going to ask you that. How long have you started the eviction process?
6 months.
So 6 months. Hold on. You got 6 months.
So
You're
you
not paying
told-
rent for 6
so you
months. You're not
told me
paying rent
that-
for 6 months.
Wait.
And at the same time, the landlord has to pay for storage and moving your shit out after 6 months of no rent.
Correct. And
You want more
mortgage,
humane than that?
and electricity and gas and pretty much all the utilities. So you tell me about humane. You want to talk about humane? Pay your rent. That's humane.
I mean, okay, so in Rhode Island, right? In Rhode Island, they don't have a very specific timeline or duration in which you should be storing these tenants, like the people that you evict.
No, it's
Their stuff.
30 days. 30 days.
30 days?
Yeah. So basically, what happens is after 30 days, the tenant has pretty much a month to collect their stuff. If after a month they do not collect their stuff, then the moving company is pretty much disposes of it. I'm not responsible for paying the storage unit. I am responsible for moving it to the storage unit.
Really?
Yes.
You're not responsible for paying
No.
for the,
No.
so who do
Wait,
you
where?
put how do you even put
That
somebody's name under a storage unit?
so basically the way it works is the constable works really close with a moving company, right? So I'm basically using the same moving company that the constable recommends. So the way it
Mhm.
works is the constable shows up, the moving company shows up, I pay the moving companies, whatever it is per room and all that stuff. Then they take it to their warehouse where the tenant has about 30 days to collect their stuff. After 30 days, if the tenant does not collect their stuff, they dispose of it. Whether that's throwing away, auction it, that's up to them to decide.
They auction it.
Yeah, they probably auction it, to be honest.
Oh, they auction that shit.
But you
The
as a
storage units,
landlord,
the most.
but you as a landlord are responsible for getting that pretty much that moving company
Really?
That has insurance.
that has insurance and
And
listen,
it's a
I
moving
even
company.
spoke to the constable. I'm like, listen, can I get another moving company, whatever? And they basically said you can, but you have to make sure that they are insured and are approved to do evictions. That's a whole other step. I'm like,
So that's the approval.
yeah.
Oh, so there's
Oh.
storage companies that are specifically like licensed.
No, moving company.
Yeah.
Moving
They-
company.
Moving.
It may not be specifically for that, but they do have that as a certification and approved by the state.
I did not know that shit.
Yeah, which is crazy because I'm like,
Because
bro,
last time-
getting this stuff out. But
Last time I
another
did this
way
shit,
that
the
states
management
are,
company did it.
Say it again.
Last time I did this shit, the management company handled it.
Yeah, but they probably got somebody that was already approved. Yeah.
And remember,
That's how it goes.
even though the management company handled it, I paid them. I had to pay them extra. They make a percentage of what that costs.
Oh no, yeah, I'm not. Yeah.
No,
but
just
yeah.
letting the people know that
Well, like-
oh, you got management company, they help you. No. You pay them to do those steps for you.
People have this like mentality that, oh my god, you can just have all these properties elsewhere and have management company manage everything for you.
Bullshit.
You technically can, but they are going to charge you for everything.
Yeah,
Bro,
man.
they charge you for phone calls. It can last 2 minutes and you get a $50 fee just for them making a phone call.
They acting like the lawyer. They acting like lawyers up in this bitch. It's like I'm charging you for this time. It ain't
Trying to
my time
rank up that
free.
time.
Nah, in Rhode Island, they use very loose language in regards to the storage for the tenants, right? So when I evicted my tenant, his property, I was supposed to store it in a unit for an adequate amount of time. And I don't know what the fuck adequate
What
means.
does adequate mean?
And for me, I was like, I ain't taking no chances. I personally had a storage unit and I just stuffed his shit in there for 6 months. And I texted him at the 6 months mark. I texted him at the number that I last knew it worked for him. And I emailed him. I like, look, this is the last month I'm going to hold your shit. It's been 6 months. Let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to have to throw it away. Never hit me back up. I threw that shit away. I chucked that shit so fast. It was crazy. But yeah, in Rhode Island, you got to be careful with that shit. So
Now, I forgot which state it is, but there's a rule of thumb where basically you can take it as far away as you possibly can legally to any storage units that you want. I think that it's like 10 or 15 miles. So if it's up to me, I'm going to pick the furthest one away from where the property is located at the moment.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. That's, I mean, and the reason why I was saying, like, is it fair to landlords? I think it's not fair to the landlords, but I think they're taking into account the unfortunate situations let me just say, Carlos, let me just say, something. I know what you're saying. I feel you, bro. But the courts are like, they want to account for situations that are beyond a person's control, right? And this situation also involves children, and they want to give that person a chance to recover their assets. So that way, they're not completely asked out. I think it's the ethical thing to do. You know what I'm saying? It's ethical. Now, does it, do we take the hit? Yeah, we take the hit.
This is the way I see it, Jose.
It sucks.
Okay. All right. This is the way I see it. It is humane. There are some people, Carlos, that are going through struggles, real struggles. Not that they're buying TVs. There are some people. Okay, wait. But I think, all right, the landlord.
I ain't having it.
This one over here, he ain't having it.
I'm not having it.
But there are. This is the way I see the station handle it. All right, the owner pays up front, but a lien should be stuck with the person that they're doing up front that they have to pay it back.
Listen. I wouldn't mind covering all the expenses when it comes to the eviction and after the fact if the process did not take so long. Because during that entire process, I'm the one responsible for paying the mortgage, the taxes, the utilities, even the responsibilities and the liabilities that come with having the tenant there, even if they're not paying rent. So no,
how many bedrooms is it?
Inhumane to get them out. I think it's
how many
inhumane
bedrooms?
to make landlords suffer for that long. You want to speed up the process? Cool. I'm okay with paying pretty much everything, but make it a month at the most. Make it 2 months. Do not make it half a year. That's crazy to me.
How many bedrooms?
That's true.
How many bedrooms?
This one was three bedrooms.
All right, 3 bedrooms. That's $3,000 a month in Boston.
Yep.
Minimum.
For
That's
storage.
32,000. No.
And loss of rent.
The unit.
Oh, loss of revenue.
The rent is around 33,000, 3,200 in that area he's talking about. I know what he's talking about. 6 months at $3,000 a month.
It adds up.
It adds up very fast. Bro, that's 18 grand down the drain.
I mean, but don't you feel bad? You're like, you going through
I don't feel bad one bit.
You're going through a single baby mama's stuff.
No,
and then you see
bad if it's,
you throwing away all the stuff that she was saving to show her kids. Like, oh, I remember.
You feel bad if it's 3 months.
I got you this little
If
dress.
it's a 3 months eviction process, they'll say you feel bad. All right, it took 3 months. All right, you get no rent for 3 months, but it took 3 months to get them out, and you put this shit in storage. You feel bad then. But 6 months, dude, 6 months not paying rent, knowing that you're getting evicted, you have 6 months to find another place. And then you have to put the storage for a month. No, that's 7 months.
Hey guys, since we're on the live, I'm just letting people on Instagram know that they can find us on YouTube at Man K Talks, along with Facebook and Instagram. We're hosting pretty much every Friday, so in case you guys are informed, definitely tune in.
Cheer.
All right, continue. Listen, man. Like I said, I don't mind all the expenses, but to tell me that I have to feel inhumane because I'm evicting somebody else that hasn't paid anything for 6 months and lost all types of communication, and I'm responsible for everything, including if something that happens in that apartment while they're my tenants, even though they're not paying rent. No, I'm not with that. I'm not with that. At the end of the day, it's my property.
It is your property.
I go through all the proper channels, but when the proper channel takes 6.5 months, no, I don't feel bad at all.
That's fair. Yeah. It's fair. 6 months. It's a heavy hit, yo. It's a heavy hit, no matter where it is. I mean, luckily that's not the case in every situation.
Right, for example, let's go back to the numbers. At that area of that property, let's say it's 3K a month. In an area with 3 bedrooms, 3K a month, most likely that property value at the moment is over $1 million. $1 million to 1.1, 1.2 million. Imagine you get a loan. Let's say this is your first house, a 3-family, and you live one of the units, an FHA, and you put 5% down. Your mortgage on that unit at 5% down on $1 million.
It's a lot.
You're paying minimum of $6,000 a month in mortgage.
No property taxes or insurance.
No property tax or insurance. Minimum $6,000.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right? Because you put in 5% down. You're using the FHA.
Right.
Your FHA fee is like $800. Right? So you're paying $6,000 a month, and it's FHA, and then you have to pay insurance and property tax, all of that. So let's say it's $7,000. And you're paying $1,000 out of pocket, right? And you're thinking you got qualified to buy the house because you have 2 tenants that are helping you $3K each to pay off a portion. You have $1,000 out of pocket. Then you have 1 tenant that stops paying you completely. Yeah. That house doesn't have separate meters, so you're paying the whole water bill.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you're paying $4,000 out of pocket plus utilities, taxes, and insurance.
Correct. So to piggyback off what Carlos said, right? You're gonna get a lot of investors in here, a lot of whatever you want to call them. Devil's advocate, basically saying, well, you know what? You're the landlord. You should have thought about this. You should have a safety net. You should be prepared.
Facts.
And to a degree, that is correct.
Yeah.
But this is why. I mean, but no. But how long are you supposed to be prepared for? A year? 2 years? Come on, let's be realistic. At the end of the day,
bank runs the numbers at 6 months. The bank is supposed to have 6 months mortgage to cover.
It should not take 6 months. It should not take 6 months. I don't care how backed up you think you are. I mean, honestly, when you're only looking at 5 cases a day, then yeah, this is probably why you're pretty much backed up. And not for now. But also up north, right? And for the most part, I've gone through this multiple times, so I know exactly how it goes. When you first get
the same thing.
When you get that first court date, right? It's irrelevant. Why? Because when you get that first court date, The landlord shows up, the tenant shows up, and all the tenant has to say is, "I'm gonna pay next month." Then
mediation.
Now you get another
mediation.
60 days.
Yeah. Oh,
mediation.
This is a pro. This is a professional tenant right here.
I do this.
I told Carlos a long time ago, bro. I told Carlos years ago. I'm like, bro, if I ever go through an eviction in mass, I'm not asking for non-pay. I'm not going for non-pay. I'm not going for none. I want ownership back of the unit. I don't want the back rent.
Yeah,
I'll eat it.
But you know what? That's exactly how we filed, and that was 6 months ago. Damn. So that tells me that it doesn't even matter how you file. Mass just sucks when it comes to that. They take their sweet ass time, man. I'm telling you. And oh my God. Imagine if you were to start your eviction process right before the winter hits, automatically 9 months. That's automatically 9 months.
Can't evict nobody out into these streets. No, hell no. Hell no. She's a single mom with 3 kids? Hell no. She's staying in the house for a year.
So Jose, I'm gonna ask you, do you still believe that it's inhumane?
It's okay.
After all of that.
I believe Jose. Wait, before Jose responds.
Yeah.
If the state is the one that's causing the delay, yeah, I'll give him time. I'll give Jose time to play devil's advocate. If the state is the one pushing back in the winter months, etc., the state should take a portion of their money that they collect in taxes to cover the missed rent, to keep them while the process happens.
Yes,
that's all I'm going to say.
Yes, because at that point, it's no longer your property if the state has full control of it. You know?
So, what are you going to say about that, Jose?
And wait, hold on. Before you get to that, Carlos makes a good point because I am paying property taxes. Yeah. Meaning that I'm already doing what I need to do as a landlord, paying the state my fair share.
If you don't pay property tax, which property tax covers your police department, fire department, and schools at the town, they will foreclose on you. And the state doesn't have no problem foreclosing on you.
Correct.
Let's pretend we're playing a basketball game.
Yeah, let's pretend that.
I have a story about that actually. About one of my condo. I'm gonna let you know.
Basketball game?
Let's pretend we're playing a basketball game. Right? I'm shooting my 3-pointers. Woo! Okay. That's not how I do 3-pointers. It's actually way more professional, right? That was silly. But let's say you're doing that, and then you go out of bounds. You go out of bounds, and then you're still shooting 3-pointers, but they don't count. And then you get mad. What the hell? How come I can't make any 3-pointers from out of bounds? But that's the game that you're playing. You're playing the game with rules, and you agreed to those rules. And you agreed that you have to stay within the parameters.
Jose, the problem is Jose.
So,
wait.
Let me finish my analogy.
Let him finish. Let
me finish my analogy.
Trust me. I'm going for his head. Let him finish.
I let him go for my head. I'm giving him the alley-oop.
I finished your analogy.
Look, all I'm saying is that we agreed to play this game.
Are you done?
And we agreed that these are the rules that we're gonna play.
Are you done?
It's 6 months. It's 6 months horrible. 6 months is fucking horrible.
Jose, you know what's the problem?
I felt your pain, but
wait.
But at the same time, we sort of accepted it when we went into the game. We were like,
let me explain, Jose. Let me say something, Carlos.
Go ahead.
Jose, basketball has a fucking clock. It's timed. The eviction process in mass is not fucking time. It could be 6 months, or it can be 3 months, or it can be a fucking year.
Correct.
Yeah, that's OT,
down
bro.
South?
That's OT. That's OT.
Down south.
The tenant just tied the game. It's going into overtime now.
So this is the way I see it. Look. This is the way I see it. Why should we
give me a time scan?
Hold on, Carlos. Why should we, go by the book? Right. Oh, we got to serve this letter in 5 days, 15 days, 30 days. Mind you, if you get one of those wrong, the entire process falls apart, right? So you have to be
and to get a free attorney.
So you have to be very meticulous on how you send out these notices, right?
Right. Yeah.
So why do we have to do that? Meanwhile, the state can take their sweet time after our case hits their books. Why?
No,
because they're the referees.
And they don't get
they're the referees, bro.
But the referees should also have a timestamp on when to get this thing done. You know why?
Correct.
Otherwise,
And
they can drag this for years.
not even that, bro. Not even that. The state gives the tenant an attorney. They don't give one to the landlords.
Correct.
Doesn't matter what tax bracket you fall under. If you're the landlord, you could be making less than the actual tenant, and you won't get an attorney. You have to pay your attorney. So on top of that, you're paying an attorney.
I see it as the court is the tenant's home field advantage, and then your house is your home field advantage.
No,
Where
you don't have an
dictate-
advantage in your
Yes,
house.
you
in the
do.
state.
Yes, you
That
do.
is
You can
not-
boost
What
up the
advantage?
rent. You can boost up the rent.
And they can
whenever-
just not pay, and then we're back where we
And now-
started. So what are you talking about?
If you're not paying the curve, man, you don't pay the one that's up.
That was a dumb argument. What the?
I'm just saying.
My
I'm just
issue
saying.
is-
If
My
anything-
issue is
if
there
anything,
has
hold on. If anything, the higher I put it, the less they are to even pay. So that's even. I'm gonna be shooting myself in the foot with that one.
my issue is this is my issue I have with the state, especially up north. Like I said, I heard down south you can get these people out in 30 days.
Mhm.
Up north, I can't hear you, bro.
You muted.
Your mic, I think you muted your mic, bro. You hit the button, dude.
Yeah.
No, you're
Nope,
still
you're
muted.
still-
Check your computer.
This guy. Who hired this guy?
I don't know why this guy still can't hear him.
Well, continue uninterrupted bias.
Even better.
All right. I'm back.
Ah,
Yeah, you're back. Here's the issue. If the state says, all right, bro, you have to follow the process, but we guarantee your process. If you put in the request, within 2 weeks, you'll get notification of your date.
Mhm.
The process should take 3 months. If the state can guarantee me 3 months process,
That's fine.
I believe that's fair.
Yes.
But the problem is right now the state has it that it can be 6 months, 9 months, a year. There's no fucking time. Give me a timestamp so I can brace myself of that timestamp.
There's no time. The lawyer literally said, "Listen, I did all I can do. Right now, we just wait." So then I would call. I would call the actual office of the state. Oh yeah, we have the paperwork. We have to give it to the judge. Okay, so when is that gonna happen? Oh, yeah, we're pretty backed up, so we just have to get around to it. Well, I've been calling for 3 weeks. Yeah, we'll try to get to it. Never got to it. That went for 2 months.
I worked in 2021. I worked for the state, for the court system at the time. And because of COVID, they were backed up 5,000 cases. It's 3 years later, 2 years later after they opened up. I'm not sure if they still backed up 5,000 cases, but they were backed up like 5,000 cases while I was working for them because they couldn't see any tenants because of the legislation branch, not because of them. Are they still going through those cases to this day? Very possible. Everything at the state level works very slowly. These people have pension plans. They care less about opening 1,000 tickets.
Shit, bro.
I mean, okay. Look. I'm a landlord. I know.
I cannot wait until you have to go through that.
But I've been through the eviction process.
In Rhode Island. Rhode Island is much easier than you ask. Bro, let me put it like this. Rhode Island housing court is like Massachusetts district court.
You gotta simplify it. You gotta simplify it for people that don't understand.
If you can get your cases, all right, for example, okay, in Massachusetts, you can push your cases to a district court instead of housing court. District courts are more lenient to landlords instead of tenants. The tenant can decide and say, no, I don't want to see a district court judge. I want to see a housing court judge. And it automatically is pushed to housing court. Housing court judges are more lenient to the tenant, not the landlord. In Rhode Island, your housing court is very similar to district court in Massachusetts, where it's more fair.
So with that
being eviction in Rhode Island, I did one in Rhode Island, and the judge was very fair.
Yo, you know why? Because they understand the rules. I mean, it's at the end of the day,
it's a contract.
It's a contract.
It is a contract. This is the part. This is why the issue.
What is the point of me obeying the contract if they're not gonna obey the contract?
This is the issue I have with the housing court, right? When you sign a lease is a legal binding contract. So why doesn't it fall under contract law? You broke the rules of the contract. You have to leave. If Carlos was evicting a business tenant that was running his business, let's say it's a restaurant and he had a commercial space, they'll be gone because it's contract law. It's not housing. Why is it an apartment now, the contract is no law for contract now.
Because
during COVID, you couldn't even start the eviction process during COVID in Massachusetts. You can't even send letters.
We got
You
so
can't even
lucky.
send fucking letters.
We got so lucky. We got no, we didn't go through that during COVID.
So here's the reason why.
Here we go.
I'm gonna spit some game.
Here we go with the communists.
Here's the game. Here's the game, right?
There's a
reason,
Marxist co-worker here, the Marxist one, the communist.
The reason why the state is so, or at least in some states, the governing bodies are so fucking lenient against tenants is because they don't want the tenant to be their problem. They want the tenant to be your problem. So it's within the best interest of the government to be like, well, we don't want to pay taxes for all these fucking homeless people that you guys keep evicting. So that's kind of the game they're playing. They're like, well, it's better you than me.
Yeah,
pretty much. It's like if we made it so easy to evict someone so quickly, you know how fast these streets would be covered in tents. You know how quickly you would see these kids in the streets. Then the state would have to take.
Is he gonna kiss the mic?
Have you been to Mass Ave, Jose? Have you been to Mass Ave?
You talking about methadone mile? That's what they call it. Methadone.
Yes. So it's not working. It is the issue I have, Jose.
No. It is working because if they had evicted people much sooner, that place would be not called Methadone Mile. It'd be called Methadone State or something, or district, because it'd be just packed. Right now, these are just the ones that they couldn't. Know what I mean? That just go ahead.
Let me explain the situation we're in.
Yes.
There has been a precedent put in because of COVID. So in Massachusetts, in general, just Massachusetts itself, we had the worst housing moratorium out of the whole United States. We had the stricter rules. We could not even send letters to start the eviction process. The only letters we were allowed to send to tenants while the moratorium was happening was just to give them their balance. That's it. We couldn't even send a letter of eviction to start the process. And I've said this before in Man Caves, on our old episodes of Man Cave, I've said before, don't give us execution, just at least let us start the process. We couldn't even do that. So, this is the issue. Now the court, especially housing court, can drag their feet. Why is it fair that we have to cover a non-paying tenant that has a legal binding contract because the state don't want to use their funding? Massachusetts actually had a surplus. They had a surplus. Why they don't take the money that they're using for migrants right now? Because all the migrants are coming up north. Why don't take the funds from there to help people with the housing costs, knowing that inflation is killing the average renter?
And for anyone watching this thinking we're attacking migrants, just know
I'm not.
There's two Dominicans
Hispanics here
that cross the fucking border. These fucking wetback ass motherfuckers.
I'm not. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Why do landlords have to pay the price, especially mom and pop landlords? Because an Avalon does not have a problem evicting your ass, and for the most part, people are more scared of them. People who stop paying Avalon, they leave. But once they see a mom and pop one, we can juice these people. They don't have attorneys.
But the thing with Avalon, right? And Avalon, for all y'all don't know, Avalon is like, they own like hundreds of, units. They're like these big houses. Apartment houses, right? So Avalon can do that because they have, from what I understand, a more strict filtering system, or in terms of like looking for good tenants, right?
But even a good tenant can still not pay. So
no, yeah, that's true. But they probably do their very best to find tenants that wouldn't take advantage, even though, like, of course, it could literally be anyone. But
let me tell you the story about when I had my condo and I was a trustee in the condo association.
The way he led us to that. So let me tell you a story, baby.
This is 2012. 2012. I owned the condos from 2012 to 2019.
Mm-hmm.
That was my first property, the first thing I ever owned, and the first thing I ever rented. The tenant, the owner who lived below my unit, she used to be a trustee.
Okay.
And they've removed her because she was not using the funds the way she was supposed to. They just leave it like that.
Right.
She stopped paying the condo fee.
Mm-hmm.
As a condo association, we have the right to evict her. But you know what happens? Every 5 months or so, her bank, her mortgage company will pay off the condo fee. Remember, in your mortgage,
How does that work?
In your mortgage, they automatically pay your property tax, right?
Yeah.
Normally, they won't pay HOA fees. But in her case, since they knew that every time she is 6 months, the association started the foreclosure process, the bank will pay because the bank always wants to stay at level 1. They want to be able to foreclose. Because if we foreclose her, she has to pay everything back to us, and then whatever's left over goes to the bank. The bank always wants level 1. They always want to be level 1 on foreclosures.
God damn.
And this person never paid her fucking condo fee the 5 years I was there.
So you're telling me I could just not pay my HOA right now?
Oh, I don't think you're in the same situation.
I don't recommend you do that, but most likely your mortgage company will end up paying it off once we send that letter.
I'll let you know in about 3 months how that's going.
I wouldn't recommend it because your neighbor's gonna hate you.
How much is HOAs now, like on average?
I pay $92 a month.
Yeah, so where I live now, it's like $325 quarterly. But 2 condos that I own, they're $250 each a month. So it depends on location. It depends on the area.
On the fees. It really depends on the amenities, actually.
No, it doesn't.
Brings up condo fees?
No. It was supposed to be based like that, but I think they really just based it on like what the actual community needs.
Yeah, but it's because the amenities. So, like for example, my condo association versus Carl's condo association. Carl's association is much better than mine. So his association fees is much higher because his community pool is much bigger than mine.
Mm-hmm.
His the security is much upgraded than mine. Even though mine's gated, his is more, how you say it, they have like live security.
They got a dude that's actually awake, right?
Yeah, they have a dude that's actually awake looking at a camera.
For you, they got a scarecrow, right? They got a scarecrow out there for you.
Yeah. But to that degree, like I said, one of the condos that I have, it's $250 a month. No, they actually raised it to $287 now, since January. But it doesn't have a big pool and stuff like that. So I think that one is just location, to be honest.
But talking about condo fees, what they're doing now, Jose, is apart from HOA fees, especially in Florida, this is big in Florida. It's called. I learned this shit when I was buying my house. Now, CDD fees.
CDD
fees. I'm pretty sure Carl's has CDD fees.
CDD.
So CDD fees. CDD is not an HOA fee. It comes out in taxes.
See these nut fees, bro. What the fuck?
I haven't got that yet.
What is the CDD? What is the CDD?
It's called community development something. I forgot what the D is. It comes out in taxes. It doesn't come out of the HOA.
Oh, okay. Well, if I got to pay my taxes,
for example, let's say my taxes is $5,000 a month, right? Where I bought
$5,000 a month.
A year.
Where the fuck are you living at? Holy shit!
God damn. That's
weird. Way better than that in the back. $5,000 a month.
Year.
Holy shit!
So my yearly tax is like $5,000 a year, roughly, give or take $500. So right, let's say it's $5,500. A CDD will bring my fee because I was looking at a house down the street from here, like literally a block from here, and they had a CDD. Their taxes is $7,000 a month, a year.
Yeah, but
year. It's $1,500 a year that you're paying more.
But it could also be because they're probably in a different county. So
no, same county. I'm telling you, it's a block away from my house. Still Davenport. It's still where I live at. It is another fee they take on top of that. It's a fee they take on top of that. So it's $1,500. There's a $7,000. Mine is $5,000 to $5,500. I have to look at my mortgage.
So can you be a landlord in a community that's HOA?
Yeah, of course.
You can. Long-term rent. Each community have their bylaws. Like in my community, you cannot have an Airbnb. Most community that's gated, you cannot have an Airbnb.
No short term.
No short term, but you can have a long term tenant. You can have a yearly tenant.
Yeah.
Or 6 months is the minimum.
If your community is not gated, they're probably open to the short term, but when it's gated, it's very hard.
Down the street from my house is Champions Gate, a place called Champions Gate. They are, most associations there is Airbnb approved. But most of the houses there are like 6-8 bedroom houses with like 6 bathrooms and shit.
Yeah.
Because they're built for like literally, they're resort Airbnb. They're built for resort style Airbnb.
Yeah.
Resort style Airbnb.
Airbnb. So big communities have the one over here have fucking water slides.
Resort style is a thing here. There was one that I was looking at. It had an actual man-made beach. If that even makes sense.
Yeah. And this one, the one I seen here, this one I seen here has fucking 2 water slides and a wave pool.
Yeah, it's not like Boston, bro. It's fun up here.
Just saying.
Anyway, we're getting off our track. There are wonderful things about being a landlord, especially if you own properties like this. So I agree. There's pros and cons. But one of the cons is, man, if the state doesn't follow their if they don't pretty much follow the end of the bargain, then the landlord gets caught holding the bag most of the time.
My issue is put a timestamp. The state, give me a timestamp. All right, if you start the eviction process, we can guarantee that you have an answer of yes, you got it or not within 3 months. Give me a date, a guaranteed date, 3 months process.
So there's a threshold. So there's a threshold where holding the bag is bad and holding the bag is not. It's doable, right? Like let's say Jose, if you got to hold the bag for 3 months, that's fine. But if you got to hold the bag for 6 months, it's like
no. I think the way to put it, if you have to hold the bag longer than what they told you, or longer than when you're supposed to, that's when it becomes an issue. Because if you know off the bat, hey, listen, I might have to hold the bag for 6 months because that's what the state is telling me before I buy this investment, then you already know up front. But if they're telling you, oh yeah, eviction could take up to 2 months, and now you're 8 months in and still no eviction, that's when.
And at the same time, you could be more lenient with the tenant. So let's say the state guarantees me that you get in 3 months eviction process, right?
Yeah.
The state says you can do it in 3 months. If at the moment right now in Mass, if I have to do an eviction, if somebody not paid me within the first 5 days, I start sending letters.
Woo.
Why? Because I know that
wait. In the first if the tenant hasn't paid you in the first 5 days, by the 5th, you start the eviction process.
I send the letter. Because the letter takes 7 days. So they get at day 12.
Don't they have 30 days?
No. The grace period is like 5 days. 5 to 10 days.
In Massachusetts?
Grace period is 5 days.
In Massachusetts?
It's 5 days.
I'm going to have to Google this real quick. Because I don't think that's accurate. Is that accurate? Is that really accurate? Yeah. They got 5 days?
Yeah, that's a grace. But again, in Massachusetts, that's irrelevant because they don't even follow.
It doesn't matter. It takes me 6 months to get them all, regardless.
Exactly, and that's my point right there.
And that's in that letter I send is my
point is this right there. If they set up guidelines like that and they set up rules, why don't they just follow them?
But let me say something real quick. I send that letter right.
All episode.
But wait,
I don't know, man. I just Googled it right now, bro. And it's telling me 30 days, bro. I don't know what the fuck y'all doing right now. Y'all are doing some illegal shit.
It's not 30 days, bro. It's not 30 days. I'm telling you right now, because I send my letter right after 5 days.
You better get those letters back, because that's just illegal, my nigga. Damn.
I'm not starting the eviction process at the 5 days, bro. I'm saying to let them know that they're late.
Correct.
I don't send when I start the eviction process, I don't send the letters. I send it to a constable, because the constable is the one that gives me verification when I go to the court.
Correct.
By me sending a letter, that's not verification. The constable is the one that gives me verification. Yeah, he's here. You heard me.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I send my letter saying, hey, bro, you haven't paid. At day 15, I send the constable.
Okay. So there's a grace
period. So at day 15.
Okay. So rent grace.
They don't get a court date. Normally the course takes 2 to 3 weeks and you get a date. And that day is normally 2 to 3 weeks later.
Weeks,
So this is the way I see it. And the only reason landlords are more stringent in mass is because they don't know how long it's going to take. If they can guarantee me you have an answer in 3 months, I'll give the tenant, all right, you got 30 days to figure it out.
Yeah.
Oh, because of the state I live at, I can't give them that grace period, unfortunately.
Because if you do, you're going to end up getting screwed over.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been screwed over too many times. In one building that had 5 tenants, I evicted all 5 of them.
God damn, bro. Then
Yes.
none of them paid. None of
them paid.
You know, sometimes the problem is you, bro.
I knew you were going to say that.
if the common denominator sounds like you,
bro.
You a slum lord. Just admit it, bro. You a slum.
Actually,
I ain't no slum lord.
I could actually.
I'm actually more kinder than this one.
I could actually back him up. We're actually pretty good landlords when it comes.
So 5 people.
I am.
We're like, yo,
flexible.
fuck this nigga, bro.
I am more flexible than my counterpart Carlos over here.
Well, honestly, it's because half the time he wants to. How to say this? I like to make money, right? So, you know what?
I sometimes don't care about the money. That's the problem.
You a good guy? Wait, what are you talking about? You evicted 5 people. What are you talking about?
He's a fraud, yo.
I don't care about money, but I just like evicting people.
He's a fraud.
I can be nice, bro.
You're psychotic.
Jose, keep that shit out, bro. You are a fraud.
I can be nice, bro. I am really nice. I don't like raising rents. I am very cautious about doing that.
He doesn't like raising rents.
Once you start paying, that is a different subject. Unfortunately, I'm just saying, it's a whole different subject.
But it's not
me keeping my apartments. I spend money on my units, like I make them look nice, and I'm normally below market price.
Yeah, okay. I know. Me and you had an argument about that because he really wants to go. I'm like, bro, we gotta raise these rents. He's like, no, but the area right now is booming. No thanks to this guy.
This guy, yo. I don't know who to believe.
To increase rents on that one unit for like 3 years, bro. And the year we sold it is when he was like, you know what? It was probably not a bad idea to increase the rents. Like this guy.
There's a problem. I sometimes see that some people do have problems. Like if you're telling me if you have a tenant that has housing and they're getting all the government assistance, no, I don't feel bad for these people. Fuck them. But if you have a tenant that's paying out of pocket, that working 3 jobs, unfortunately, some people don't have the same opportunities, and maybe because of life circumstances, they had deadbeat jobs because they couldn't go to school. I'm not saying they could have otherwise. I'm not going to judge people's life circumstances. I feel bad for them. So I would charge.
You just did with the government kids.
No,
you were like,
government is there's a lot of people.
Fuck the government assisting people. But I don't judge. I don't judge though.
No, wait. There's a lot of people that deserve government assistance that pay everything out of pocket that actually need it. And there's people who get government assistance who do not need it. That's my issue. Is where it's going. I've seen it. I've seen tenants of mine have government assistance go on vacation for a month to a different country.
Well, listen, I agree with you. It's just the wording I use, which is a little
I know you.
You're good. Trust me, I understood what you meant.
So you're saying government assisted people can't be on vacations?
Listen, bro, don't do that.
For a month?
I know you went on vacation. You don't deserve that shit.
For a month?
He's trying to make you
out of here for a month.
No, it's apparently it's stressful dealing with your ass, bro. You kicking people out left and right, bro. God damn. You want to see you're psychotic. You want to see them sweat. You're like, yo, fuck these lazy government assisted people. I want to see you sweat at 3 fucking jobs. I want to see you fucking bleed blood, bro.
I want to see you earn it.
Now, and I'm gonna evict all of y'all. You're psychotic, bro. You crazy. You crazy. You don't even know it.
Dude, you forced. I don't even like that, bro. I'm just saying.
I don't condone anything this guy is doing right now. So I don't want no involvement.
All I'm saying is there are some people who get government assistance.
Yeah.
That have it when they do not. I'm not gonna say they do not need it. I always say that should be treated like a plan. So let's say I get housing. I should have it for 6 years. In those 6 years, I should be able to go to college for 4 years and get a degree and find a good job to get out of the program. And the program has to be switched that, all right, I got a good paying job. Now that program is going to be switched that they assist me get a down payment to buy a house to get me out of the program. The issue is now is a lot of people get into the program and see it as, I'm guaranteed for life.
Yeah.
I'm not going to work, and if I work, my voucher goes up. That's the issue I have with the program. The program should lead you out of it, not keep you in it.
It sort of incentives, it conditions you to like be in a comfortable space where you're like, you know what, I like this space. I like not doing jack shit, you know, and just living off the bare minimum.
And I'm not saying a lot of people don't do that. If you have disability or you're elderly, you deserve the program 100%. If you're not disabled or elderly, the program should assist you. Go to school for 4 years. I'll give you a bachelor's degree. 2 years to find a job. And then after that, the program switches when you have a job to help you buy a house and get you out of the program. That way, the next person who needs it can get into the program. I'm not saying remove it. I'm saying rotate the people out of it to get the people who actually need it into it.
Let me simplify. It should just be a stepping stone. It should be somewhere to get you back on your feet. It shouldn't be something that you should rely on going forward.
Unless
you're elderly or disabled.
Unless you're elderly or disabled. Yeah, but the chick with 3 kids and 4 baby daddies, that she don't. No.
She gets 6 years. I give her 6 years, bro. I'm being nice. I'll give her 4 years of college, community college, and 2 years to find a job. And I'll help you with a down payment on a single family house where you can get out of the program. There you go. There's NACA and housing into one nice program and get people out of the system. Because there's a difference. If you work, right? If you work and you know my rent's going to go up if I make more money, it incentivizes you not to work. But if you work and I'm paying off this mortgage, it incentivizes me to work more to pay off my mortgage because I'm leaving something for my kids. Mm-hmm. And I'm saying an example for my kids. Like for a kid living in a rental unit, my mom rents. But if a kid lives in their mom's house, I can be able to own my own house one day. Let me work to own my own house. It changes perspective.
Not everybody is as ambitious. Some people literally do just like to live.
I know somebody.
Different day.
I met somebody. Sorry, but he knows what I'm talking about. I met somebody that did it elderly, that was in the program, got out of the program, bought property, and she's doing very well. After old age. Age is not the problem.
Yeah. I agree.
I mean,
so I don't know. I mean, fuck these courts.
I'll use her as the poster child for my program. Here's an example, guys.
Yeah, I mean, you know, evicted people. It's really the government just doesn't want to deal with a whole bunch of homeless people, right? Because especially the mayor. If you got a whole bunch of homeless people out in the streets, what does the mayor do? Well, they're probably like, I got to make it really hard to kick people out of their homes because I need to look good. I need to say that we got the cleanest streets out here. But in the background, right, behind the curtain, you actually see all this fucking drama with landlords dealing with horrible tenants, right? So there's like, if you ever go,
but that's fine. No, but that's fine if that's something that is stated up front. If the investor is known before he buys a property,
well, how does that benefit the state if they?
It doesn't. But then at that point, you're deceiving people. So don't come at me if I'm going to deceive them as well. You know what I mean? Like,
the government plays by their own rules, bro. I don't know what to tell
you. In New York, I've been seeing a whole bunch of shit that's going on with New York, right? And their housing shit. And they're building these housing units for these migrants that are showing up. And they technically are not livable units, and they technically should be closed. And they had a few shut down by the fire department. Okay? So why is it that the New York housing department can go and break the law, but a private landlord, once he does something wrong, is jail?
Because they make the rules, bro.
That's the problem.
That's the problem. They make the rules.
Yes, the rules. They make the rules, and they're not accountable for breaking their own rules that they make.
Right. Yeah. I mean, then it comes down to, you know,
one of my tenants, bro. Wait, one of my landlords in Rhode Island. Landlords in Rhode Island. One of my tenants, and when I had my 3-family, her kid at the shelter because she had housing at the shelter got lead poisoning. At the shelter that was managed by Boston Housing. Got lead poisoning. We landlords, we have to get certifications that lead is either sealed or removed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't
there
know.
You go.
I don't know.
I'm just saying. The double standard is BS.
The double standard does suck. I agree. I completely agree. I also understand. I understand the government. If I was the government, I would do the same shit. Is that the right thing to do? No, absolutely not. But at the same time, it's like that's how you kind of solve homelessness in one sense is you make it really difficult for landlords to evict, 6-7 months. But then the long-term effects, we're feeling it. You know what the long-term effects are? Fucking ridiculous ass rent.
Like people now landlords won't even rent if you don't have a previous record. So before mom and pop landlord like us that have less than 50 units, we will rent to a new person that never rented before and give them a chance. Now, hell no. If you don't have a rental record, you're not going to one of my units.
But a quick tip before we end things off. A quick tip. As a landlord, and you get a landlord reference, you never call the previous landlord. You call at least 2 landlords back. Because the previous landlord probably wants this guy out of here right now.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You don't call the landlord? Come on.
Hell no.
Listen, honestly, I had someone call me and I gave them like the best review, flying stars and everything, bro. They were out of my apartment within a week.
That's grimy.
I gave the review of the century.
Yeah. There should be like some sort of like, I don't know, like a portal where we can just like be like, yo, don't rent out to this dude, yo. He's trash, or but it's just, I don't know. It sucks because at the end of the day, people do what they got to do to survive. I'm not saying like you should like rob and cheat and all this other shit, but people do what they need to do.
Most landlords.
I don't know what cheating has to do with surviving.
No. Like cheat the system. That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Most landlords, if you're living like in a 3 or 2 family house, more than likely that landlord is not a big investor and owns a whole bunch of units. Most landlords are small investors. And
what are you gonna say?
Bello was like, "Oh, what does cheating have to do with it? I don't cheat."
No, my issue is that people think automatically because you.
I don't cheat. I don't know what you're talking about.
My issue is that people automatically think because you own a property that you're renting that you're a millionaire. The only reason you rented that property, guys, is you're trying to make some extra money because you're not a millionaire.
Yo, a lot of landlords, right? They're investing in their future, in their retirement,
and their kids.
And their kids. Like this is like, a nest egg, or so to speak, or this is really like a long term. This is like because the mortgage lasts like 30 years unless you pay it off early. But most of us ain't gonna pay this shit off early.
Most of us be financed to get a longer mortgage.
Yeah, in 30 years we pay it off, and then we can semi-retire. You know what I'm saying? Like now we can live off the pure profits, and this will be this because obviously Social Security is just going to not even exist in the future. I don't know what people are doing to even like secure their future, because like Social Security is like gonna be dead. I don't know what the hell.
401k is a scam.
401k is not a scam. It's just not as good as pensions. They're not as good, but they're not a scam.
But they're like 10% of what a pension.
Just landlords got to be aware of how the game is changing, yo. The game is changing.
It's
like
scary.
now,
you know what's scary right now, bro? The eco side of the game now, where they want to do eco expansions on your property, especially up north.
Yeah. We'll definitely cover that because that's a very lengthy topic.
What the fuck you talking?
Bro. Brace yourself. Actually, they not affected because they buy newer construction. But if you buy old constructions, 100-year-old houses, brace yourself, guys. It's some shit's coming.
We're gonna have to put a pin on that because I don't even know about that shit. I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about.
Big Carl's been talking about this shit.
So basically, in a short story, I guess is you got to make your property eco-friendly, and that goes from anything from like eco-friendly windows, eco-friendly appliances, eco-friendly installation, all this other bullshit that the government.
Oh, so you basically gutting.
You basically gutting the shit down.
Yeah.
You might as well buy a brand new.
You might as well. So yeah,
might as well buy a brand new fucking house at that point. Like because the only thing that's surviving is the framing. That's it.
Basically,
not even that.
Not even that. Wood or some shit. I don't even know.
Yeah, no, that's wild. That's wild. Nah,
racist,
but
guys.
yeah, I mean, I don't know, bro, because I have a heart, not like Baez over here. Fucking evicting 6 people at the same time, and he's like collecting their tears and then saving it in his refrigerator and drinking it.
Let me say something. When I evicted those 6 people, I had 49 units. All right, guys.
That makes it better.
I'm just saying, it was circumstances.
No, and that I understand. And as a landlord, you got to do what you got to do. You got a family. You got people that are relying on you to pay these fucking bills. It's not cheap. It's definitely not cheap.
You have a job.
Yeah, it's not cheap.
I quit my job? No.
Hell no, bro. To go to work, you got to pay all these bills. How am I going to take my kids to Disney World if you're not paying rent?
And not even that, guys. A lot of landlords. You have a job and you spend your nights and weekends either doing taxes or doing all this shit that goes with the business. Yeah. Where is the free time?
There is no free time.
You got sunshine on this side, bro.
Yeah.
I'm down south, but it is over here. I do have sunshine.
Yeah, I gotta visit my properties all the time. I gotta fix
there
shit.
You go.
I have brand new houses. They're brand new houses. I still gotta maintain them. I gotta.
And you have a job.
I gotta replace
or
the
you don't work, Jose. You live off your properties.
No, I work.
You still had a full-time job.
No. I work. Most landlords work, yo. They got their full-time job and they doing the landlording as they say it's like part-time, but is it really part-time? Like you're on call all the time. It's crazy, yo.
Yeah. Hey, we're coming up on the hour, so just
all right.
All
right. Yeah. So
you don't want to give out away too many nuggets. We got another episode to do.
We can't lay out all the nuggies, but yeah. I mean, is it ethical to evict a tenant?
Yeah, it is. It is.
I think down south is a little bit less ethical than up north, but up north is excigrated. It's like one extreme to another.
It's ethical everywhere. If the circumstances
are one extreme to another,
it's ethical.
Is it humane?
There's exceptions, but it's humane, is ethical, is whatever you want to call it.
I mean, some tenants will say differently, but at the end of the day, everyone's looking out for themselves, and it's true. Like you got to look, if you're gonna sign a lease, fucking do what's on the lease. You made a promise to you made a commitment to the landlord. That's it. It is what it is. And then if
you buy a car under contract and you don't pay the car, what happens? It gets repoed. Same thing.
Yeah, you get repoed.
They take that shit away.
Yeah.
Yeah, every business, like they'll take away any service that they're providing for you if they're not getting money. You think you're just gonna get shit for free? Yeah. Like it seems like landlording is like the only service that we have. Like we have to provide for free, even when.
Try not paying your Netflix account. See what happens.
Yeah, they turn that shit up, but also it's not like a living.
Set a precedent, yeah. There's already a precedent, bro. We lasted everyone in the United States was 8 months while paying rent. All of the United States, including liberal states like very strict states like Florida. All United States was 8 months while paying rent. We already set a precedent that landlords can last 8 months while rent.
Is it is it a right to live in a house or is it a privilege?
It's a privilege.
It's a privilege at the end of the day.
I think it should be. Me personally, I think it should be a right. If you pay your taxes, they should have some assistance for you to get you out of the system.
Yes, but it should be a right if it's paid by the state, but it's not a right.
By the state.
Yeah.
That's where it's at. By the government.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Federal and state level.
Well, Yeah, I mean, let us know what y'all think. I mean, we've been talking a lot about evicting a lot of people. I mean, we've been talking a lot about evicting people. We evicted people left and right. We don't give a fuck,
It's
but we
part of
do
the
care because it sucks. But let us know what y'all think.
game.
Is
Yes.
it? Do you feel like the system in place right now is in equilibrium? You know, like are landlords just being greedy, or are tenants being assholes, or is it both? Or is it really
both.
just the government not taking over responsibility? Like, you know, like we
Straight
get
up.
it. So
Lack of regulations.
I think everybody shares the blame, to be honest. Everybody shares the blame. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm kind of greedy, but again, tenants are kind of assholes, and then the government's just fucking lazy. So it is what
Well,
it
you
is.
know what? Hey, if they lower the taxes, then we probably don't have to increase the rents.
Yeah, I'll probably still increase it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, probably.
He said, I'm the bad one.
Why are you
And I'm the
lying,
bad one here.
Carlos? Why are you
And
fucking
I'm the bad
lying,
one.
bro?
Oh man, I don't want to be seen like the villain, bro. Like
I'm the bad one here,
This
apparently.
nigga is just straight up lying, bro. You worse than the
man.
politicians, my nigga. Damn, bro. God, yo, we're not gonna raise rent.
This one,
Come on, man.
this guy's
All
raising
right,
the
all
rent
right.
the next day.
I
What a-
apologize. I apologize.
What a
We got
fraud.
wait, we got 10% tax cut. I'm gonna increase the rent by 10%.
Yo, this,
No.
this dude just bold-faced lied. Okay, so let us know.
Got a double dip. Got a double dip.
Let us know what y'all think. All right, this is another episode of the Man Cave Landlord Edition. Tune in next time. Like the video, put in a comment. We'll see y'all next time. Have a happy weekend. We out.
Later.
Out.
Now we out.